to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And we are back. Once again, we are tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. And joining me tonight is the Gunslinger.
That's me. I'm the Gunslinger.
Fresh out from behind the counter.
Yep. I just got off work.
Another long day slinging guns.
Yeah. I don't know how we're doing it. We don't have any guns, but we're still selling them.
Well, we were doing pretty good, and I started talking about you, and our viewer went away.
Yeah, it happens a lot. I scare everybody.
So every time that I go in there, you guys, I know this is a hot topic, so we talk about it every show. Every time that I go in there, you guys are just you have a few less guns in there. Even your shotgun and your rifle over on the other, the right hands, it's disappearing.
I think we're down to a few 22 rifles and high-end shotguns.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just people are just buying everything.
Yeah, we still got a lot of hunting rifles.
Yeah.
But the handgun case is looking really bad. I mean,
it's dwindled. I mean, you guys are spreading them out a little bit.
Yeah, ish. There's nothing to spread out.
Yeah, you're in the same boat as everyone else.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And no big rushes in ammo.
No,
nothing.
It still bewilders me that people don't understand what's going on.
I still have classes, and I had one today. And granted, some people are new to this whole thing, and they're like, "So is it really hard to get ammo right now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah,
it's pretty hard."
We get the guys that walk in, they go straight to the ammo aisle, and they look, and they just throw their hands up, and they're
dozen times that week already.
Yeah, and that's the thing is sometimes it's the same people. And I'm sitting there thinking, you're probably causing a lot of the problem that's happening.
You're buying it up.
Because you're buying it up. Well, don't get mad because there's nothing there.
Yeah, I know. I actually haven't gone on. I mean, I stopped by your guys' place once or twice, but I really haven't gone on the hunt for ammo.
On the great ammo adventure?
Probably for 3 weeks. Huh. And I just, I got a lot of money going out doing other things for Patriot Defense. Because I tell you what, going out and buying 100 rounds here or there, 3 or 4 times a week, that starts to add up over about a month.
I just bought another 1,000 rounds of ammo a few days ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
When was it? Wednesday, I think.
Nice.
Got another 1,000 rounds, and I'm pretty much done.
From your store?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
I think I'm done buying ammo for a while. So.
Okay.
Sitting pretty good.
For now.
I'm seriously I'm good.
So the last podcast, you're like, so I went out tonight and I shot 100 rounds and I'm going to replace it with 100. But instead you shot 100 and replaced it with 1,000.
1,000, yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah. That's pretty good numbers.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's a good.
That's a pretty good routine.
Yeah.
Shoot 100 by 1,000. Shoot 100 by 1,000.
So, but yeah, I've got what I want now, and I'm comfortable.
I'm never comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. I'm the guy that goes, where's the ammo?
Well, I had a lot of certain type of ammo that I didn't want to shoot, like a whole lot. And I was able to get the other type of ammo that I have no problem shooting.
Right. Gotcha.
And so that's really what I wanted to do. And so now I've accomplished that and I'm good.
You're good for a while.
Yeah.
Till you buy another gun.
That's I don't know, it's a possibility.
You're pretty. So what do you got your eye on next?
Nothing.
The CZ?
No, I do want a CZ.
See, I told you. CZ.
But nothing right at the moment. No, I'm good.
Okay.
So
just checking. So nothing exciting. Anything else exciting happening over there? You guys are getting close to your grand opening, right?
It's getting there. We're looking at the end of February. So got word today actually that I think it's starting mid next week. They're going to stop shipping guns to us, and it'll be going to the new store. So we're going to dwindle down pretty good before we move.
You might as well not unload it and have to repack it and move it twice, right?
Yeah. So
check it into its new location.
Yeah, it's starting. Things are starting to come together. So
sweet. That's good. So, do you hear people coming in? You know, customers coming in. What's the scuttlebutt? Are they talking about anything? They're talking about Biden.
A lot of political stuff right now.
Always
everybody's the whole unity thing that Biden's talking about. The biggest thing that people are saying, he's talking unity, but he's doing the exact opposite. You know,
they don't
say
want
one thing and do the other.
They don't want to unify. Yeah.
Well, it's not that they don't want to. It's that he's not. Yeah, he's not showing that unification by doing some of the stuff he's doing. I mean, which that's politics, people. I hate to say it.
Oh yeah. So did you see the new video? And I should have copied it down and replayed it. The new video from who was Federal.
Yes,
they're talking about the primers.
Yeah.
They're talking about absolutely everything, and they pretty much said that they're still making the same amount of primers, if not more. Mm-hmm. But they're just directing them. So you got all these other ammo manufacturers that are trying to make ammo that don't necessarily make their own primers, that are having to use these primers. And so primers are real slow coming on to the market, just kind of like what we had.
Well, we talked about that last week.
But I was able to score. I actually sent Henry in. I was able to score some small Magnum pistol primers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He said he stopped by and said hi to you.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I called him and I said, hey, go check over there, see if there's anything. This is what I'm after. And he shows up and he's like, where do they keep the primers? I said, yeah, you might have to ask for them, dude. Yeah. They might have them behind the counter, man. So he got them and then told me I owed him $547.
Jeez, man, that's a huge markup.
Well, he's just acting like anyone else in town.
Yeah.
Besides you guys.
Yeah, I got him some primers and I knew he knew exactly what he wanted. And I'm like, that's funny. I just told Todd that we had these. And so.
Well, my wife was supposed to come in too, and she forgot.
That's the thing is I had some set aside for her.
So I made her sleep outside on the deck that night.
It's all right. I mean, they were sitting there the next day. We ended up selling them to
I'm sure.
to somebody else. So
and she went all the way into town. I said, first thing you need to do is swing by and grab those primers.
Yeah.
And she came home, and I knew she was going to forget. She came home, and she's telling me about her trip to town. I said, oh, awesome. Where's my primers?
Yeah.
I forgot. And I'm like, yeah, I figured you did.
I figured 2 boxes, and we sold all the rest of them, and those 2 were sitting there, and I'm like, I don't know if she's going to be coming in.
Yeah, I should have probably texted. I didn't even know she didn't get home till after 9.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, that's all right.
We
sold them either way.
Give you the heads up next time. That's my fault. So a buddy of mine posted on Facebook today. He's actually a mutual friend, Norm.
Yeah.
He went to a 2-gun competition today, and he said that the ammo. he said that the ammo shortage is really starting to make sense and starting to be driven home to him now, because him and the other guy that showed up for the 2-gun competition, there was only 2 competitors. They're the only ones that showed up.
Yeah.
He goes, it's starting to feel real now.
Oh,
the ammo shortage is starting to feel real.
I bet. I could see that for sure.
So he said they went ahead and shot the match and left. I think it was probably the shortest match he'd ever shot. That's ridiculous. Can you imagine showing up and you're like, man, is it today the day?
It's like there's 2 people. You're like, wait, we're not going to duel, are we?
We're going to pace off, man. We're going to pace off. So I'm pulling up my notes here, man.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to get into this fun stuff, or do you want to talk the political stuff first? Let's talk the political stuff.
Yeah, let's get
first.
that out of the way.
Let's do that. That's all you, man. You're Mr. News today.
Oh, shoot. So
start calling you the Cajun Cowboy.
Washington State has introduced a bill about the capacity of magazines.
Sure.
Which is just an ongoing
always
thing, always. And yeah, we all know how that goes.
They're trying to steal even more rights. And here's the thing, and we've talked about it before, and I'm talking about it again because, Washington State, it almost seems like they flipped overnight, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's King County is the one that is pretty much controlling that entire state.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't pay attention, if we, I hear all the time, the good old boys in Idaho, everyone's got a firearm, and it'll never happen here.
Happen.
You know what? If look at
Boise.
If that is our attitude, I give it 3 years, and Ada County will control this state.
Yeah,
easy.
Well, and that's the thing is, I talked to some folks today from, I think they said they came from Arizona.
Yeah,
and they said that they were so surprised that that state flipped like it did. Like they use that term overnight. It feels
overnight,
like it flipped, yeah.
Well, it's because you get so comfortable and you like set in your ways, and you surround yourself right with people that believe the same thing as you,
right?
And it's never going to change, and so you go throughout your days just doing you, working and enjoying your rights, and not really keeping an eye on things or even fighting for things because you think it's always going to be the way that it has been, and then all of a sudden, bam! All of a sudden, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. Our number one group of people to move into the state we're from, and I'm not picking on Californians because I've had some great Californians that moved up here in my class, but the number one state is from California.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah, I think there was something I read that Idaho is.
We're like the top destination.
Percentage wise is like the top. Yeah.
We are, with this last year, we are the top destination. Yeah. And I don't know if it's because people are, wanting to come up here for freedom. And I think there's a lot of them that are. I think there's a lot of them that are running away during COVID. They just came up here because they saw that they were going to get locked down forever and all this stuff.
I talked to a guy from Oklahoma the other day. It came up here for work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. We gotta pay attention. We've got to pay attention
because we're gonna lose it if we don't.
Yep. And I know that a lot of states are talking about. By the way, I don't know if it passed, but Montana was trying to get constitutional carry.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So
too.
I think it passed one of them and it had to go through the House, or I don't know how that works, but just thought I'd throw that out there.
Good on you, Montana.
Yeah, good on you, Montana. Get that while you can. But a lot of states are trying to pass, the Second Amendment sanctuary, right?
Yeah.
In fact, we've had a lot of towns do that around here.
Yeah, Eagle did it just not that long ago.
Eagle did it. I think Napa did it.
Probably.
Or Napa did it, and I can't remember where else. But, yeah, so they're creating these Second Amendment sanctuaries. Now, I heard an interview on our local radio station from our state senator, Christy Zito. Zito, I don't know how to say it. But
I don't know either.
Anyhow, she is helping spearhead a deal to try and get passed to make Idaho as a state a Second Amendment sanctuary state. And I think that's absolutely wonderful. And I think that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to be done in the states. That needs to be done at the state level, at the county level, at the city level. You name it. It needs to be wherever it can be done. It needs to be done.
Yeah.
But I think that we also need to not be naive and think that that's going to be the end all be all of it.
Just because it's on paper.
Doesn't mean anything.
You have to be proactive with it.
Yep, you need to be proactive. You got to pay attention, and it's one of those things where you're not going to know if the Idaho Second Amendment sanctuary state or whether the Second Amendment sanctuary declaration is actually going to work until you need it to work.
Right.
And then is your local law enforcement, are they going to back you up when federally they declare something or they ban something? Your state is a sanctuary state, so it says, we don't care what you do. And then the feds come knocking on your door. They come into Idaho. Are your local leaders, your law enforcement, all that, are they going to meet the federal agents at the state line and say, not here?
Right.
That's what I'm curious to see. So make those sanctuaries, create them, and let's see if they get backed up on them.
Follow up on them. Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Like it would be real easy, and I don't know that they're doing this, but it's happened in the past for other things. It'd be real easy for the state to say, we're going to restrict your funds to this. You've gotten these funds every year.
Yeah,
you're not going to obey the law. You're not going to obey our federal law.
It's that quid pro quo almost, because you don't get it if you don't get it if you're not going to follow their rules. Then, yeah.
And so there's one more thing that we need to talk about locally, anyhow, for those who are local. I guess at the last city council meeting, Twin Falls City Council meeting, right? Someone brought up to them making Twin Falls a Second Amendment sanctuary. And they said, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to discuss it. We don't want to hear it. Wow. And they pushed it aside.
That's ridiculous.
We don't want to deal with it.
There's a lot of gun owners here.
Absolutely just crazy. So what I think needs to happen, honestly, and I've heard from some county representatives, right? Some county guys that to make this happen, you need to get a group of people together. You need to write something up. You need to get a group of people together, and you need to have people show up to the city council meeting and make them hear this and make them decide.
Because you don't want to listen to it. That's your job.
Yeah. And my thoughts were, and I didn't go to, because I guess I missed it. I didn't really realize that. The agenda. So if you get that on the agenda again, get it on there. Let's make us stink about it. Raise a ruckus. Get a bunch of people. Peaceful ruckus. Okay,
right.
Kind of like they did for the mask mandate. Right. They got a group of people together to fight the mask mandate.
They did that pretty well, actually.
And they did, and they sat there, and I was one of the ones that got up to help comment on that. And they had like 100-something people that were going to comment, and they were going to listen to every one of them. And finally, at about 9:30, they cut it off and said, "Nope, we're done." And then they didn't push the mask mandate. So, if we could have a turnout for that, guns are important too.
Oh,
your Second Amendment rights are really important.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of how that needs to go. But once again, you got to hold your leaders, feet to the fire. I mean, they've got to back you up if it comes down to it.
Yeah.
So that's my spiel. We're done. I'm kidding.
Well, I think, and I'm not saying locally, but there's a lot of stuff going on, and we all know it. We all know that the media is strongly on the left.
No, not at all.
So there's a lot of stuff that's going on that you don't hear about,
right?
Because the media just conveniently just, we're just not going to talk about that, and I think they do. I mean, they do it on purpose. There's no thinking about it. I know they do it.
Sure.
To where they just sneak stuff in without anybody knowing about it. So
yeah.
And I'm sure it happens at the local level a little bit. But at the national level, definitely it happens a lot.
Well, and when you got people on the local level, like on our city council, who are, poo-pooing the Second Amendment sanctuary thing, I tell you what, pay attention to who you put on as a councilman,
right?
Who you put on that council. There's some, hard left-leaning people possibly on the council is what it seems like to me. Maybe
I know a few.
Yeah, so do I. And maybe you need to pay attention, and you need to find people that are going to have your same values and get them on the city council. Get them, you need to pay attention to the low-level people even. I mean, pay attention to who's going on your school board. Who's on the school board, who's on the city council, who's your sheriff, all that stuff. Pay attention to that, because they're the ones that when stuff comes knocking on your door, they're the ones that are going to come down, and they're the ones that are going to be here to help you out, hopefully, right?
Right.
We need to pay attention to what's going on at the state level as well. But I think locally, can you imagine that? If Idaho as a state passed this the Second Amendment sanctuary law and created that zone for the entire state, and then the cities did that on top of what the state, that would be phenomenal.
Well, that's what do you want to say? How do you say fortifying things?
You're fortifying, and then you're fortifying from within as well.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome. You're definitely building it up. It's a great infrastructure, so to speak.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where I live here, I live in Buell, outside of Buell.
Oh.
That's a little, that's pretty. Yeah, that's right. Did you say butthole? What?
No.
So it's a small little town. Maybe I need to raise a ruckus and to go over to our city council meeting, and Buell will show how Twin Falls how it needs to be done.
This is how you do it. Exactly.
Second Amendment sanctuary,
I
baby.
wrote a song about that. This is how you do it, or something. I'm not going to sing, so don't get any.
Bust out and just our views will go up dramatically.
Yeah, right.
You talked about
this isn't TikTok. So.
You talked about singing, and we lost one.
I know.
That's not
Dang
cool.
It.
So you were talking about a tax on ammo.
Yeah. So we were messing around at the gun counter today.
You weren't working?
No.
They're paying you for screwing around?
We're kind of screwing around.
What? It's not like you guys have
just for a few minutes.
It's not like you have any guns to sell.
Yeah, it was just for a few minutes. It wasn't like we were doing it all day, but we came across this thing that was a ammo tax is what it comes down to. And
ammo tax?
Yeah, so it actually it's written up as gun tax is 30% tax, ammo tax with 50% tax.
Whoa.
And then there was also a thing in there that said that you had to have a license to buy a gun and buy ammo. That's a national license.
Oh, wow.
Not like a, so this bill that I saw, and I don't know if this is true, but it also said in the article that the media, this is why I was talking about the media.
Oh, look at that. You got that frog in it. So I got a question real quick. You pick up when you're done here, but you talked about a 50% tax on ammo. So I've got a question, and I'm not for that at all. Don't get me wrong. But is that if prices don't come down, can you imagine a 50% tax on ammo at the prices we're paying now?
Right. That would be ridiculous.
Definitely take the 50% tax on the price we were paying at the very beginning. That would be a lot better.
Well, then you're paying, what, 50%? Yeah. So, I mean, let's say a box of ammo was $11.99, 50%.
Yeah.
You're still under what you're paying now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, so we can entertain the 50% ammo tax if we drop the prices back to normal.
Right.
That's what we need to do right there.
Yeah.
So anyhow, where were you at?
So the media is quietly, or not quietly, they're just, not talking about this kind of stuff.
Sure.
So that the American people don't know about it.
Oh, yeah.
And it said that in the article that's something.
That's their plan.
That's their plan. Yeah. Literally that they're going to try and sneak this thing under the covers,
What they'll probably do is they'll probably put it in that great big stimulus bill they're trying to do.
Oh, yeah. They're going to hide it in there somewhere. I mean, they did it with the CDC.
They did it with all that stuff.
All that stuff. Oh, yeah.
Well, they can put whatever they want on there. They just released like 2 million pages on like aliens or something.
Oh, sure.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, and
they did really? Oh, okay. You mean the declassified stuff?
Yeah, they had to declassify all that stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's crazy, man.
Of course.
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast right there. I tell you what.
Aliens.
Oh, so let me look here. So I've been kind of jazzing up my look, right? We talked about my stupid 511 tactical pants.
Yeah.
I got my new shooting bag in. So for years, I've had this backpack, and I literally just dump everything into this backpack. Mm-hmm. You've seen it, right?
Yep. The snack pack.
It's like a grab bag. You like shake it up and go, where's the Smith & Wesson? Where's the Smith & Wesson, right? It's kind of what you do. I cleaned that
snap. Oh man, why I put a mousetrap in there?
I cleaned that bag out last night. Then I got ammo, like loose ammo rolling around everywhere in there. Like a couple boxes of like 22 shells like opened up. And I got like 322 rounds floating around in that thing. Yeah, I got to clean it out. But yeah, I got my new bag, and it is slick and organized, at least for today.
For now, yeah.
For now.
Which is good.
Well, I took my ear pro off, right? And it's got a nice little case and a nice little pocket. And I got done with my class today, and I set my bag down. And I walked by it, and I'm like, oh, my ear pro's still on. So I pulled it off, watered it up, and just
oh, there we go.
Here we go. We're going to screw it all up. But I think maybe tomorrow I'll do a little live video or something on the bag. Dude, it is a slick little bag.
That's cool.
It's got like separate cases that pull out. You can stick your gun in and slide them back in. I've never been so fancy. I'm usually not an organized person.
We just recently started carrying a bag that's
Am I going to like it more than mine?
No, probably not. This is
because I'll buy it too.
GPS or something like that. It's a company that makes. I have a couple Target holders that
make GPSs.
That are made by
GPSs.
Yeah, I don't know why they call it that. But anyway, it's got like all the little slots for the guns, and then you open up the pocket, and it's got these little pouches in there, and they're all labeled.
Yes.
So like hearing protection here.
This is a minus.
Eye protection, and stuff like that.
So mine has a poncho.
You have a poncho pocket.
It's got it. No.
Oh, it has a poncho for the bag?
Yes, it's got a little zipper on the top, and you pull the poncho. It's attached. You pull the poncho out and wrap it around the bag, and it starts raining. It's freaking sweet.
Nice.
I know.
Keeps your guns dry.
Yeah, that's right. I thought so.
Keeps them warm.
Keeps them warm. So I had a class today, and today it was we had a little bit of snow last night, right?
Yes, a little bit.
And it was real foggy this morning, and it started to clear up, and the wind started to blow. And it really like cooled stuff down like quickly.
Yeah.
And there's some people showed up that I had two classes today, and they had some guns. And the gentleman had an XD, a Springfield Armory XD 9mm, right? Great little gun, fantastic little gun. But he goes, I haven't shot this in a while. Had old oil in it. Oh. And then it got a little dust bunny. I tell you what, we walked outside. He shot like 5 rounds with it, set it down, and then I let his wife shoot, right? And then I turned back around him, and you grab the thing. It was like you'd grab the slide and go.
Oh my goodness!
It was so cold, and that oil was so old.
Oh my goodness!
It was. I mean, you could like let go of the slide and just see it slide back forward.
Wow, that's bad.
Once you got about 2 rounds through, it'd warm up a little bit and it'd start to function a little bit. It was ugly, man. It was ugly. It was, I was like, yeah, you probably should clean that. So my guns are dirty and they ran. His gun, not so much.
You should have just thrown it in the microwave for a little while. And
I've got an oven. I've got an oven.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
I got an oven back there. Actually, right over there, too. So throw it in there with a little powder coating.
Yeah.
We'll make it red.
The red XD.
We'll powder coat it red.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I'm pretty excited about my new shooting bag. Go down to my class, try to look all fancy.
Is it you're just not going to this class to look fancy though?
No, I'm actually. He just gave me an excuse to actually get some more stuff, right?
Right. Kind of update the ensemble or whatever.
Update my gear, man.
Yeah.
My gear.
Yeah, that bag that you've used forever.
It still works.
It works great, but man, that thing is
I got
it's been through
pockets.
a
I
lot.
got pockets on that bag. I haven't opened up in like 3 years.
It's been through a lot.
I'm like, I open up a pocket. And I'm like, that's where all my other gold dots went. Looking for all my other.
There's black talons in here.
Holy cow! If you leave them in there to marinate for 3 years, boom! All of a sudden you got black talons.
There you go.
It's because they've started to corrode. So I'm a little. I've got a problem. I'm an instructor, and I should be able to figure this out, but I cannot figure this out.
Okay.
So we talked about I got that new VP9 2020. By the way, the word straight from the horse's mouth. My plates should have plates available by like second week of February.
You understand horse.
Horse.
Oh, okay.
A horse, of course.
Yeah, I've never understood what a horse says. But.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Okay.
I don't know.
Mr. Ed, yeah.
Mr. Ed. But I should have
I'm old
those
enough
plates.
to remember that.
I know, me too.
Oh gosh.
Those plates should be available from HK.
Okay.
This is HK responding to a question on a forum, a gun forum.
Oh, HK actually responded.
They actually responded because they were getting lots of grief.
Wow.
And they sent pictures that they are on the mills now, on the CNC machines, and we hopefully will have them second week of February. And the 2 that they are making the first are the ones that I need.
Oh, well,
Pretty
it's
excited.
probably because they're the most,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got my Holo Sun now,
Yeah, I saw that.
but I got nothing to mount it on, so I put it on the rail.
Put it on the rail, it'll fit.
It'll fit. I picked it up and it fell off.
You could get into a whole new thing where you flip the gun upside down and
Yeah, shoot back. We know a guy that
take your fingers
I
off.
know a guy that shoots upside down.
Oh yeah?
I know a guy that teaches that in one of his classes. Is one of the he demonstrates something by shooting the gun upside down in one of his classes.
Does he do it like Mel Gibson style, rolling across the floor?
No, he doesn't, but I'm sure he would if he could.
Oh man, because I always wanted to do that.
So I'm sure you know who I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Maybe I know.
Maybe
Is
okay.
it Voda?
No, it's not Voda. It's someone local.
Oh. Huh.
So we can talk about that later.
Okay.
On. Okay. So that was not podcast material right there. Let me tell you that. But anyhow, my VP9, my new one, my 2020, I outfitted it with that trigger, and I was having trouble with that trigger last time.
Right, you got that fixed though.
As soon as you left from the podcast, I was upset. I went inside and I got it fixed. Right.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. It's not. It works. It works. It's not as light as a pull as my other one, but
It's
I think
still nice though.
it's still nice. But I think that is because I haven't shot it a whole lot, right?
Yeah. Not really broke in.
It's not broken. It's not broken yet at all. So I am not calling myself a world champion shooter by any means. You've seen me shoot. I'm no slouch. I mean, I can do okay, right? You agree with that? Yeah. Okay. So my other VP9, I am dead on. We have what is potentially the same exact gun. Literally the same. The slide is cut for an optic. That's the only difference.
That's the difference, yeah.
I've put the same trigger in there. I've put the same rubber grip in there. You name it.
You've made it almost identical other than the slide cut.
It is identical. Identical.
Yeah.
And I cannot shoot the thing accurately. I shoot it and I'm consistently, like we're not talking spread, I'm consistently about half an inch, quarter inch to half, we'll say half an inch low. Every time I shoot it. I can have all the shots, shot in shot, whole stacking shots, a half inch low from where I'm aiming. And I cannot figure it out. I have slowed it down. I've dry fired. I don't move. I'm not jerking the trigger. I think I may need someone to watch me shoot because it may be like slapping me in the face and I'm not seeing. I have no idea.
Maybe it's just a gun gremlin.
I have no idea. There's no reason for it to be shooting low. No reason. I mean,
yeah,
consistently low. The sights aren't off. You can't move the sights up or down, so the sights aren't off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a thing, right?
You should hook your Mantis to it.
I think I might hook my Mantis to it. And I got a buddy coming out to actually take a class tomorrow, and I may actually have him. Maybe he'll like record me while I'm shooting.
We'll have somebody else shoot it and see.
I should. It's driving me absolutely insane because the goal was to get this gun, make it just like my other gun for the red dot, but I want to take it to class as a backup gun. So that goes down, whatever. I got the same exact gun, just a little newer, right?
Well, once you get your red dot, problem solved.
Once I get my red dot, what do you mean?
You just move your red dot to where you're
but I got this whole... I'm not doing that. But yeah, it's just annoying me. I can't handle it. Now it's good enough to punch steel, to ring steel. It's going to be fun, but it is super irritating to me. And yeah, so
I'd probably be like, good enough.
No. It needs to go where I'm aiming that thing. Where I put that front sight, that's where it needs to freaking be impacting the target. And it's not, and I can't hardly stand it.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my big problem.
That's a huge problem. That's a bad problem.
It is a bad problem because I can't figure it out. So this class I'm going to, I've got a question I want to ask the listeners to ponder it. The people who are watching it on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We don't do Facebook Live anymore because they banned me from doing that. That's right. The people who are listening to us on YouTube Live, if you want to comment on this, if you got any suggestions, I mean, just your thoughts. I think I know what I'm going to do, but I changed my mind, right? I want to hear everyone else's thoughts before I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going down to this class. Okay. It's 3 days. I'll be down there. Now I can do a couple different things. So I'd imagine any other class that I've ever gone to, they always, go around whoever's in the class. Introduce yourself. Tell I do the same thing in my class. What's your shooting experience? That kind of thing. So and I got a couple different ways of looking at this. Do I tell them, I don't want to lie to them, right? Mm-hmm. But I can omit things. Do I tell them that I am an instructor and I own my own handgun instruction business, my own handgun business? Do I tell them that? Or do I just kind of keep quiet about it? Because my goal is to go down there and just learn. And I'm learning basic stuff. They're going to be reteaching me basic stuff that I teach everyone else. But they have a special take on, a different take, and I want to know how they shoot it. And we're going to be working up through a bunch of other stuff too. But that's where we're going to start. Trigger press, all that stuff. And I want to learn how they teach it. It's important for me to do that so I can figure out if there's a better way I need to offer things up in my classes, right? Maybe mix my classes up. Maybe they got more of a slick approach to something that makes that I can explain easier. That's my goal. Now, if I go down there and this is my thoughts, if I go down there and tell them I'm an instructor, are they going to look at me and go, well, he already knows all this, so let's just we're just going to touch on it. We're not going to focus on it. Does that make sense?
Right.
And I don't get the full benefit of learning, or do I go down there and act like, I don't want to act like a dummy. I don't want to sandbag anything, but to go down there and just soak it all up. Just do what they say, listen to them, because that's what I want to. I never would I go down there and I know better than you, or that's not how I teach it or anything like that. And so I don't want to put across that aura, put across that idea. And so I'm afraid too, if I tell them I'm an instructor, they're going to be like on edge. Not that I'm better than them, but that, oh, great, one of those, this guy's going to be a pain in our butt. Does that make sense? I don't.
Well, I think if you are up front with them and you tell them, look, I'm here to learn. I don't,
right.
You guys do your thing. And I'm sure they have it structured to where they're going to do it anyway.
Sure.
Regardless of what your background is or your history or something. So I think that they've got it already set because they've probably done it a few times. And so they're going to do their class how they want to do their class. And I know they have other people in the firearms community that go to that class. So,
right.
I think they may want to know like what your history is, your background, maybe to profile a little bit, to kind of like see what they maybe can expect from you.
Right. But I still don't have to tell them I'm an instructor.
I don't think you have to tell them everything, but I would divulge enough information so they get a pretty good grasp on who you are and what you do.
Right. So, I mean, that was kind of, my thoughts were, I'm not going to go down there and say, hey, I've never touched a handgun before. I don't want to.
Is that a gun?
What's that thing right there? Hand me that clip.
Ammo? Is it going this way?
Yeah, it's backwards little to shoot. It's like I saw on the HK ad that one time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to go down there acting like I'm a complete dummy, but I just don't know that I'm going to tell them I'm an instructor because I just want them to teach me, right? I don't want, and to be honest with you, I don't know that I want to put any undue pressure on myself. You know what I'm saying? They may expect a lot more from me than what they're going to get. So,
well, I would say if they ask, just you don't have to tell them everything. You can give them the shortened version.
Yeah. So it's probably what I'm going to do. And I invited you to go with me on this, Mark, but instead you had to buy ammo.
Yeah, I know.
What the heck?
I thought about that after I bought it. I'm like, oh man, I could have used that to go down to there. But I
know you could have.
Yeah.
Dang it. Instead you're over here buying guns and triggers and everything else.
Yeah, that stimulus money, it just went quick.
It would have stimulated you more had you taken a class with me.
Oh, I'm sure it would have. Like, total enlightenment probably would have happened.
Total enlightenment.
Yeah.
You'd have been able to ride with me in a car through the Nevada desert.
Oh yeah, we'd see UFOs and
for miles and miles and miles.
Nothing. Yeah.
It'd be a lot of fun. Oh shoot. So what else we got going on? Anything? Any more word on the NRA and their big bankruptcy
I did have
deal?
some news from the firearms world.
Okay, throw it out there, man.
So I don't know how far along it is or if it's even a thing.
Okay.
But rumor is CZ. There's two things actually. So the rumor is CZ is trying to buy Colt.
Okay.
Which to me, good on them because Colt is pretty much dead in the water as far as I'm concerned.
Colt screwed themselves.
They did. Bankruptcy after bankruptcy and this and that. And they're just like, they don't know how to get a product out to the consumer. Well, they're all about the government contract kind of thing.
Yeah.
And by doing that, they literally screwed themselves.
They did. So, that's part of their problem is, they had, stuff going out to civilians. Then they decided they wanted to go solely to the government contract type stuff. And they gave everyone else the bread and butter, right? They gave us all the finger, and then they wanted to come back to us, and then they're so overpriced.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You stepped away. You created a vacuum. That vacuum was filled.
Exactly. The void, yeah.
The void, and then you wanted to come back and fill it, and something's already there. Saw that what you did to them.
Mm-hmm. And I think CZ's actually, as far as...
are they a Czech?
Yeah, they're Czech. but there is a CZ USA.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
But they get...
Some nice
handguns. They do. And I think Colt really dropped the ball big time.
Yeah.
To me, I kind of, and it's really funny because the iconic names like Remington and Colt are the ones that are having the most problems.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it is true, how far along it is.
I heard, wasn't Remington coming back,
Rim Arms. Yeah, there's something different now. It's still that Round Hill group.
That group that got in trouble?
Yeah, apparently it's they went through. And
they find that they were legal or something?
I guess. I don't know, but I haven't really got up to speed on that whole thing.
I don't really care.
Honestly, Remington is too big of a name to just disappear, though.
They really need to get together though and come up with another one of those Remington pistols. Those were fantastic.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah.
What were they called? Remington
R1s or
Remington R1s.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! You ever shot one of those?
No.
Oh my gosh!
Probably never will.
They're freaking horrible.
The other news I heard, and I don't know how true this is at all, but I heard that Sig Sauer is no longer going to make anything in a 40.
What?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Well, no. Where's the source? Where did you hear that?
It was not really a good source. It was like a meme on Facebook.
That's your source?
Yeah, but I mean, could you imagine like one company like just completely not going to make a certain caliber?
If they quit making the 40, I might become a Sig fan.
You know what though? That's the meme is. It says Sig Sauer threatens to not make the 40 anymore, and gun owners are like, I'll go with that.
Dude, I'm all over it.
That was literally the meme. So
I've never owned a Sig anything in my life, and I may buy a Sig.
Yeah,
I may buy a Sig if they do it. I don't know that's. I
don't know. I think they're selling themselves a little short, but at the same time, there's
it can't be real.
So right now, 40s. If you have a 40 on the shelf, it's going to sell, ammo and gun.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything will sell right now. But like it was getting to the point where 40s were really dying off.
Yeah.
And so Sig might be onto something there, if that's true. I mean, I'm not trying to put words in their mouth or make up.
Oh, so maybe what they're going to do, so maybe they're going to cut back on the 40 for a while and just crank out the 9s because they're the ones that are selling anyway.
The 9s are selling like crazy. Yeah. And they always have. I mean,
what a happy world. What a happy place that would be.
I knew you would love that.
What a happy place that would be. No 40s. No one manufacturing. Can you imagine how much money the other 40s would be worth? The ones that are out there in people's hands.
Well, here's what would be great. For me, this is my world that I live in.
Right.
And I swear to God, I'm the only one in it. But is if Sig stops doing the 40 and then Smith & Wesson makes the 10, then I'd be like, whoa.
Do you think Smith & Wesson's going to make a 10 mil?
I really wish they would. I know everybody's like, oh no, there's so many 10 mils out there, but I'm like,
I don't.
If they did, I would probably buy one.
I can't imagine. You think they're bringing out like the M&P line?
Yeah, M&P line, yeah. 2.0, 10 millimeter.
I think this is me. I don't mind. I like their 2.0s. Not a bad gun. The shields, I'll just throw them in the trash can. I hate those things.
I love my shield.
Okay, and that's fine. That's not a Todd gun. It's little. I don't do little guns. It is what it is. Except for the easy. I love the easy. But probably because I'm just I'm a pansy at heart. But not that if you own an easy, you're a pansy. That came out wrong.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I cannot imagine them coming out with a 10 mil. Can you imagine? The MP line. They're sleek. Mm-hmm. They're kind of thin. They're not. There's no way.
I totally.
There's no way. No, there's
I would be
no
so
way.
Happy.
So a 10 mil needs to come out with something big and bulky and muscular, looking like the XDM. Mm-hmm. That's a good 10 mil right there.
Why not? If XDM and Glock have it, then why not an M&P?
The Glock shouldn't have it. Glock's just. I don't know which button it is. Glock's just.
What is it?
You're nothing special.
Nothing special.
And
you guessed that one.
Things are stupid.
Oh,
that's right. Glocks are just stupid.
No.
So, I mean, XDM, something big, something you can take in the woods with you, not some slim, thin down, corners cut off looking.
You can't deny that the M&P has a good feel to it.
It does, but I can't. Can you imagine? This is rock your world in it. That unless they really beef that gun up, it's gonna.
Well, they could because they make a 45 in the 2.0.
Yeah, see it. That's. I might have to shy away from 10 if they did that.
I don't think it would be that.
It's an abomination to 10.
I don't know, man. I think they would sell the heck out of those guns.
Let me ask you this. How many M&P series 2.0s do you sell in a 45? Not the shield, but the big ones. When you had them.
When we had them, not very many.
How many did you sell in the 40s? They make them on 40?
Yeah, we didn't sell a single 40 because we never would stock 40.
Why?
Nobody'd ever ask for 40.
I know, because people are smart. Because you know why? Because they listen to the Patriot Defense Podcast where we talk about calibers all the time and what we like and what we hate.
We do have a lot of people inquiring about 10 mils.
That's only because I had a guy call the radio show on Friday and he goes, should I buy a 10 mil? Because there seems to be like, that's the only ammo I can ever find.
Well, even before the ammo crunch,
ammo
crisis, whatever you want to call it, there was some people inquiring about the 10 mils because
sell them an XDM.
It's a viable option.
It is
to take in the backwoods.
It is,
and you know,
but you need something good and clunky and big like an XDM for the woods.
Yeah, that's just it. The XDM is just too big and too
it
clunky
is a
too grip safety-ish. And
the XDM, some tape. It was electrical tape will get rid of that grip safety. So XDM is the perfect. I'm serious. I think the XDM is a perfect platform for the 10 mil. It really is.
It's a good one.
I've shot Henry's. We know Henry.
Yeah.
I've shot Henry's Sig Emperor Scorpion thing that he's got, right? And he's got it chambered in a 10 mil, and that's a fine gun. It recoils more in that 1911 than it does in the XDM. The XDM is a good platform. I've shot a 10 mil in the Glock, and it recoils more than the XDM.
So,
the XDM is perfect.
I'll admit it, and that's taken a lot because I'm a Glock fan, but I'll admit that I'm not a fan of the 45 or the 10 mil in the Glock.
It's stupid
because it's big, and it's just too much.
The XDM is awesome,
which is why
have you shot the XDM?
Smith? I haven't, but see the XDM, and I think the grip on it and the Smith & Wesson M&P lineup, I think are very similar.
No.
I mean, size-wise, the contour, it's the contour of the grip.
Contour, but not the. I cannot.
And I love the grip texture of the 2.0. So,
I do love that,
which might tear your hand to pieces with a 10 millimeter, but
it might. So I just cannot envision. No one even likes what we're talking about right now. I'm pretty sure we were losing viewers, but it's fascinating to me. So I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
No, I cannot envision a 10 mil in the M&P.
Oh man,
I think
it would be like a dream gun.
If they come out with that, this isn't a whole lot. If they come out with that, I'll give you 50 rounds of 9 mil. I'll give you a box of 9 mil.
For what?
If they come out,
I get you. Okay.
I don't think they will.
If it happens,
okay. You're like, I'm going to get free ammo.
No, it's probably not going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think that's.
I'm trying to create enough buzz for it to happen.
And I'm going to kill your buzz. I'm a buzz kill. It's not the viable.
I'm going to email platform. Smith & Wesson every day until they make it. So I'm going to tell them that in the very first email.
It's not going to work. Does CZ make a 10? Do we know?
I don't know.
You know, I see CZs coming to my class, and I've shot some really nice CZs.
Yeah, they make a P10, but that's a 9 mil. Yeah. I mean, it's still
not the PD10. Okay, but remember that PD?
Yeah, the unicorn Sasquatch.
That's right.
Gun.
Yeah. Anyhow,
the gun that never
CZs make some good guns. I've shot some. I haven't seen a lot come through class though. They aren't horribly expensive.
No, the P09's a good gun. The P07.
Why haven't they just
P10?
Why haven't they caught on as much? Why haven't they gained steam?
Some of the series like the P09, I like the gun, but they are super short slide. And I don't like that because you don't have anything to grip onto.
Sure, gotcha.
But that's like a double single action.
Those are some nice triggers.
They are nice guns.
They are nice guns.
The P10 that I was looking at getting is a striker fire. And it had a taller slide. It wasn't like super tall, but that one I didn't mind because I could grip the slide on it.
Gotcha.
But I think that's my complaint with the CZs is they're low. I mean, they are lower bore axes, but you're talking really short slides, and there's not much to grip to.
I'll have to pick. I mean, I haven't spent a lot of time behind one, so I'll have to pick one up and check it out. Mm-hmm. But I'm just thinking here, you know what's gaining popularity? Those Canics.
Yes, Canics are super.
And
popular.
Right now, they just have 9. Is that the only caliber?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's the only one I've ever seen.
My friend, would be a good. a good platform for a 10 mil.
Probably. Yeah, I would go with that.
It's a little bit bigger, a little larger. They got a kick-ass trigger in them.
They do. That is an amazing trigger.
I could see them coming up with a 10 mil. I really could.
I could see that. They need to branch out away
I don't
from the
know.
nines. Not away from them, but just
And unfortunately, I don't think that 10 mil is probably I mean, they could do it. I think it'd work great.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to like branch out, I don't think 10 is going to be your first step away from 9. I think it's going to be like a 45 or something like that.
right 380. Okay, no.
Yeah. Ooh, a full size 380.
I have never seen like a huge 380.
Yeah. Why not?
That would be amazing if somebody,
how many rounds do you think you could?
21
Yeah.
or better.
That would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, a really high cap 380.
So the closest gun I've shot to that, well, I mean, the closest like in thought, right, was, and I don't even know my revolver number models at all, but it was a Smith & Wesson, I believe, and it was a 38 Special Smith & Wesson built on like a 44 frame.
Huh.
And it was just, I mean, it didn't move. It didn't move. The frame was so freaking heavy.
Oh, yeah.
So can you imagine a full size in something like the size of like the full size Canic in like a 380, or the full size like XDM in a 380, like full size?
That'd be a big gun, like a 4.5 inch barrel,
4.5 or 4 inch or whatever. Yeah. Still, that'd be a big 380.
Well, for a 380, for a 380, yeah.
Don't they make high points in a 380?
Yeah, but they're still not a high cap. They're not high capacity. They're just.
That's a big heavy slide, though.
They're about the size of your yeet cannon.
So they're proving that it can be done. Because you can have a giant gun, you're still never going to get a slide as heavy.
But that high point and the C9 and the CF 380 or whatever they call it.
Yeah,
it's almost the same size gun.
Heck, you even know the model numbers. I don't.
Well, dang it,
you sell them. So you're a high cap fan.
I'm a high point aficionado.
That's right. So I don't know. That's some interesting thoughts. So maybe someone could go ahead and message up or something. Let us know what platform you think would make for a good 10 mil.
M&P.
No, it's not Smith & Wesson. It's not M&P. They are not built. They are not built for 10 mil. They're just not. Or they would have done it already.
I shouldn't be so much on board with Smith & Wesson right now because I'm a little upset with them. So
why?
Well, because they bought Gemtech and then took it out of Idaho.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm upset with that.
Oh, everyone needs to boycott Smith & Wesson. I'm throwing all my Smith & Wessons into the river.
Yeah, ATF. Mine are in the river too.
So I just don't see them doing a 10 mil. I really don't. But
okay, box of 9 if they do.
If they do, box of 9.
Remember, I have the inside track on new guns. I mean,
that's fine. I've got to see it, and I got to be able to lay my hands.
No, I haven't heard anything
before you get the box of 50 round box. I have to be able to lay my hands on one.
Got one. Yeah.
Okay.
Not if it's like in the news and
I don't. We'll see.
Okay.
Let me know. let me know. It might be one of those. I've seen some news stories come through that were just like April Fool's jokes.
Right. You're right.
So, or they need to make do they make a high point in a 10?
They do in the carbine.
So not the handguns. So that would be the perfect platform for a 10. It's big, it's heavy.
Yeah, but that's still only a single stack though.
I know.
I'd be like more of a high cap, high capacity one.
Let's back up again. Why does High Point do that? They are a big enough gun up top.
Totally.
Why can't we go with double stack?
I don't know. Cost too much, probably.
How? The handles, the grip's already there.
Right, but
you take your Dremel tool and you just
make the magazines bigger,
a little bit bigger. I mean,
it'd probably cost them more money. They're a budget gun. They don't want to be spending more money. They want to make money.
That's true, I guess. Or maybe they figured the budget-minded consumer that buys that can afford all the ammo. So
you can only afford 8 shots.
We got to limit. We got to limit the amount of ammo that we put into.
This person's buying a $200 gun. They only need 8 shots because if it's anything more, then they can't afford it.
So, well, sir, somehow we ground out an hour.
Oh yeah! Whoa!
I know we did.
Quick.
We did pretty good, and I appreciate you coming by.
Yeah.
And I just want to let everybody know that's listening, that's watching on YouTube, or that's listening on the podcast, which I will release in the morning. If you are listening, I sure do appreciate it. So does Mark. So does the
Absolutely.
Gunslinger.
Absolutely.
We enjoy doing it, or we wouldn't get together and do this. And if you want to share this with your family and friends, that would be much appreciated. That's the best thing you can do for this podcast, is to share it on like your social media platform of
Sharing
choice.
is caring.
Sharing is caring. Share it. Get it out there. Maybe you're embarrassed. I don't blame you, but share it anyway. My mom is embarrassed of me. My wife is embarrassed of me. I understand. I feel your pain, but yet they still accept me as theirs.
My daughter was embarrassed because I was listening to the last week's podcast and
Yeah.
I mentioned her.
Oh, my.
Where I took her on the shopping spree. And,
Yes.
oh, she was embarrassed. She's like, Dad, don't talk about me.
Does she think it's cool you're on a podcast?
Yeah, she likes it because they did this thing in school. Like it was some media thing
Yeah.
in school.
Did
and
she use
they
it?
had to do podcasts.
Oh, cool.
And so I told her, I'm like, well, I know a little bit about podcasts. And
Yeah.
so, yeah. It was
She'd have brought her over. We would have recorded one of her own.
Yeah. Well, they ended up doing it at the school.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
Yeah. It was kind of cool, though.
That is cool. So share us on social media. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us anywhere that you can find podcasts.
Don't need binoculars.
Don't need binoculars. And you can see us coming from a long ways away.
Yeah, bright orange vests.
There you go. If you got any comments, I'd love to get another listener on the podcast.
Yeah. But
Through-
who?
Through the magic of the cell phone.
Who?
Let us know if you're interested. You can call me. You can text me. Area code 620-794-6223. That's area code 620-794-6223. I slow that down enough?
Yeah, enough that they could write it down.
Yes.
Yeah.
So go ahead and get a hold of us. And, hey, let us know what you think. Maybe I should tell the class I'm going to. Maybe I should tell those instructors that I'm an instructor. Maybe I should just keep quiet and really just enjoy the experience for what it's worth. I have no idea.
Tell them that you own like a tiger zoo or something.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll tell them that. I'm just going to tell them, hey, I'm waiting for Armageddon, man. I'm waiting for the apocalypse, the end of the world, and that's why I'm coming to get my training on.
Yeah. The zombies are coming.
Ooh, that's exactly what I'm telling them. The zombies are coming.
Yeah.
The whole zombie. Anyhow, thanks for listening to the podcast. We sure do appreciate it. Comments or questions, let us know. Share it on social media. And what are you doing next weekend, Mark? We got to set the schedule right now.
Shoot. I don't know.
That would be the 30th. I'm free.
I might be free.
Okay, well, I'll be on here at the very least.
Okay.
Maybe we can con the Cajun Cowboy into coming back as well.
Con him.
Con him. He's busy working right now. So I do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.